Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, tough talk on Iran, a Supreme Court decision, and the Obamas team up with Netflix. Plus, Instagram fights FOMO and Facebook CEO goes live. Oh, and Scratch-n-Sniff Stamps. All that and much more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Tuesday, May 22nd. Today's episode is brought to you by Day in the Life podcast. The host, Brittany Lynn, wants me to share with you that you can now listen to a past interview with me. We talk a bit about how I choose stories and what time I work on the show. Of course, there are a lot of other interesting guests that she's interviewed, like a Hollywood actress, a productivity specialist, and a gun control advocate. So go to dayinthelifepodcast.com or search Day in the Life wherever you listen to podcasts. All right, you ready for the news? Let's do this. The U.S. is playing hardball with Iran. Mike Pompeo gave his first major speech as U.S. Secretary of State, and he said the U.S. could impose the, quote, strongest sanctions in history, at least if Iran won't make a new deal. Remember, the U.S. pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal that several countries signed back in 2015. Now, the U.S. is trying to get a new deal together to keep Iran from getting nuclear weapons. The Wall Street Journal reports Pompeo laid out a long list of 12 requirements for any new agreement. It includes everything from stopping all nuclear activities to releasing all U.S. and allied prisoners to ending support for certain groups like Hamas. Pompeo made the comparison to North Korea, where he said tough talk led to better relations. But Iran's president pushed back. He said to the U.S., quote, "Who are you to decide for Iran and the world?" Some U.S. allies aren't so sure either, like one of Britain's top officials who said this plan may not be realistic anytime soon. The U.S. Supreme Court has made its decision, although this ruling was split 5-4. Ultimately, though, it's a win for companies. The ruling this week means companies are allowed to keep employees from joining together to sue. In other words, employers can ask you to sign away your right to bring class action claims against them. Employees sometimes join forces to sue over issues like overtime wages or gender discrimination. But more and more companies are saying to work here, you have to sign on the dotted line and agree not to do that. CBS News says there are 25 million U.S. employees who work under contracts like this right now. For them, employees would have to bring claims on an individual basis and through arbitration, meaning a third-party person would help settle it out of court. The Hill reports worker rights groups are not happy. They say it's so much harder for employees to fight big companies on their own. Many workers can't afford the legal fees to even try. But people who support the ruling say arbitration is fair, efficient, and less expensive for everyone involved because claims never have to go to court. Primary elections are happening tonight in 4 states: Arkansas, Georgia, Kentucky, and Texas. One of the highest profile races is in Georgia, the race for governor. One of the Democratic candidates, Stacey Abrams, could become the first black female governor ever. Of course, for that to happen, she still has to win the primary tonight and then go on to win in November as well. For now, she's up against another Democrat, Stacey Evans. Stay tuned. All right, other things people may be talking about today. You'll get to watch Facebook's CEO testify again. Today, Mark Zuckerberg is expected to face European Union regulators. And Recode reports they've now all agreed to live stream it online. Originally, it was said to be a closed-door meeting, but not anymore. The testimony will start at 6:15 p.m. local time in Brussels, which is 9:15 a.m. Pacific time in the U.S. Zuckerberg will likely face some tough questions about privacy issues, including the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Remember that? The data firm reportedly got a hold of millions of users' info without their permission. Of course, Zuckerberg already testified about these same issues in front of U.S. lawmakers back in April, and that one was live on TV and online. It's official now. The Obamas are teaming up with Netflix. We talked about this once before when the negotiations were happening, but now the deal is done, and the Obamas will become TV producers. Netflix says former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama have signed a multi-year deal to produce films and series. We're talking scripted series, unscripted series, docu-series, documentaries, and features. So get ready to binge watch. The move will give the Obamas another big platform. Bloomberg reports Netflix reaches 125 million people in 190 countries. Michelle Obama said in a statement that they've both always believed in the power of storytelling and, quote, Netflix's unparalleled service is a natural fit for the kinds of stories we want to share. While some of you may be excited for this, others not so much. Business Insider reports some people who are not fans of Obama politics are threatening to cancel their Netflix subscriptions altogether. That said, those involved are not expecting the Obamas to get overly political with this programming. Have you ever dealt with a Wi-Fi dead zone in your house where the Wi-Fi doesn't quite reach that one corner and you're left with no internet? Well, Comcast just launched a new product that's supposed to fix that problem. Xfinity Pods. They're polygon-shaped pods that plug into a normal wall outlet. CNET says they then work with your Comcast router to extend your Wi-Fi signal to all corners of your home. They're $120 for a 3-pack or 6 for $200. Instagram is fighting FOMO. You know, the fear of missing out? Instagram is at least testing a new feature that tells you when, quote, you're all caught up. TechCrunch says it pops up when you've looked at all the new posts from the past 48 hours. Although it's not exactly clear if that means you've seen all the posts of everyone you follow or just the best ones Instagram thinks you should see. It's all part of that time well spent movement to try to spend more meaningful time on social media sites instead of just scrolling. Women are saying goodbye to the stiletto and hello to the trendy sneaker. CNBC says American fashion is slowly becoming more casual, and it shows in shoe sales. Women's sneaker sales are going up a lot, by 37% in 2017, and sales of high heels went down by 11% in the same time period. While some say it's for comfort and more casual looks with some personality, others say it's really just because there are more options for women than ever before. Miss USA 2018 is Miss Nebraska. Sarah Rose Summers got the title last night. This year, the judges weren't just celebrities. People magazine reports instead they were 5 female leaders, and viewers at home also got to cast their votes online. You won't just lick stamps anymore. You may want to sniff them. Yes, the first ever Scratch-n-Sniff Stamps. The Postal Service says that's the newest thing for summer. The image will be of colorful icy pops on a stick, and there will be 10 different designs. Although all 10 will have the same scent. That scent will be revealed when the Frozen Treat Forever stamps have their big official reveal on June 20th. And that's it. Thanks so much again for listening and sharing The Newsworthy. If you haven't yet, please be sure to head on over to thenewsworthy.com/survey to take a 30-second survey and help me know you just a bit better. That's thenewsworthy.com/survey. If you want to read more about any of the news stories mentioned in today's episode, just go to the homepage of thenewsworthy.com. From there, click episodes and find today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you to listen every weekday by 4 in the morning Eastern Time, so I'll be back with more news tomorrow. Have a great day.